Alright guys, so we're back at 30 Built LLC. Got a new GMC Denali. It's in pieces already. So we're gonna go over quick how-to on what we're doing to the lift and everything. So we're doing a little bit of cutting and paint matching and stuff. So let's dive into it and I'm gonna show you guys where we're at. These are the stock wheels. We're taking these off. We're not gonna run these spokes because I don't really like the way this Denali wheel looks. So we've got some 22-inch GM stocks that are in the bed of the truck right now. We're gonna put those and mount those wheels onto these 37-inch mud grapplers. But in order to clear that, we're gonna have to go with the 4-inch lift. So you see right here is all the boxes from the Cognito kit. Going with the full 4-inch Cognito and the Fox Resi shocks. And then some 2-inch spacers as well. So we'll show you guys all the new parts and then we'll show you everything that we cut and removed from the factory setup. So it's quite a bit of work to install this kit. So if you're not like very experienced with it, I don't recommend it. Bring it over here to 30 Built LLC. He knows what he's doing, but it's definitely more intense than like a normal 3-inch level. So make sure you're prepared for that if you order this kit. But I've heard from everybody that it's like the best riding, most badass lift. So we'll see when it's done how it rides. But for now, we're just still in the process of putting the new kit on and we're waiting on parts for paint match still. All right, so these are all the stock pieces that came off the truck. You can see we've got the upper control arms and then we've got a couple pieces of the frame that we had to chop a little bit. So here's some brackets and stuff. It's a lot more cutting than you would expect. So it's not really a reversible process. Once you put the lift on, it's kind of set there. I'll try to show you guys some of the stuff we cut, but it's hard to see. Like for example, this is one of the pieces. These brackets go over the frame and you have to cut a piece of the frame right there. And then same for up here. You have to clear out the grooves so that this bracket from Cognito will clear. One more cut down there by the diff, but you can't really see that on camera, so you'll have to follow the instructions and see. But these are the new Cognito arms and then the Fox shocks. And then we're gonna be throwing some 2-inch spacers on here. So still in the works. Blake is hacking at it still, but here's a few of the other parts that we've got torn off. And these are gonna get paint matched as well. So it'll be paint matched probably in the next couple days, and then we'll start throwing all the fenders and badges and everything back on the truck. All right, so you guys can tell that we got the fenders off, the mirrors, door handles, all the bumper, grill, all that stuff is off. Pretty much anything that's plastic we took off, and we're paint matching it right now. So this was like textured plastic, same as the mirrors. That's all getting sanded down and then painted to the same onyx black as the body color. And then up here in the grill, we're gonna do the outside trim piece black and a couple of the trim pieces in the bumper black, and then we'll leave the center piece chrome. So it's gonna be mostly blacked out. I'm gonna leave the Denali logos chrome, and then the Ultimate logo up there is gonna stay chrome. But pretty much everything else is gonna get sanded down and painted. So like this little valance is gonna go to gloss black. The footsteps in here, those are out. They're getting paint matched to gloss black. Same with the ones in the bumper. So sure I'm missing something, but the third brake light, we're gonna paint match that. Pretty much everything. I told Blake just do the full works on it, take it all off and do whatever you gotta do to paint match it. So we're going ahead and doing all that, and then probably do this chrome piece around the mirror or around the windows black as well. So it's quite a bit of work, but I figured we'll do it all at once. That way we can unveil the truck whenever it's completely finished in a few days or a week or so. So that's where we're at so far, and we'll just keep working at it. I forgot to mention, we also took the tail lights out. We're gonna smoke those out, that way it kind of flows with the whole black paint scheme. And then rear bumper's gone as well. We're paint matching those trim pieces like I said. And then I'm thinking about deleting this Sierra badge, just leaving the GMC and the Denali. So this will be paint matched, that trim, all these trims down here, smoked out, and it'll end up tying everything together. So we also got some white mirror lights, white cab lights, white rock lights going on, and then the fender lights we changed to white too. So basically deleted all the amber lights, switched them to all boost auto white LEDs with smoked lenses. So we're gonna try to keep everything white, matching the whole way around the truck. So that's where we're at. So right now he's putting the torsion keys in, and looks like he's having some struggles. Holy sh**. Alright, so now we're moving to the rear end. The front end is pretty much all tightened up, but the rear is not too complicated. The front is the hardest part. this is going to be more or less similar to other trucks. You're just going to have some blocks that go under these leaves, and then there's a bracket for the rear brake lines that lowers and repositions everything. So just took off the shock, and then we're going to probably lower the axle, split the springs on the leaves, and put the new big leaf brackets and bolts, and then slip these in the middle, and then tighten it all back together. So we'll show you guys here once we get the new shocks and bolts and everything back on. All right, so the rear end is all wrapped up. We got the new U-bolts on, the leaf spacer, and then the Box 2.0s, and also bump stop bracket as well. So it wasn't too crazy on the rear end. The front end is a lot more difficult to do. This is more or less similar to your regular F-250s and other trucks. So the only thing we had to really modify here was these bolts came longer than necessary, so we trimmed them down. But if you have a 3500, you'll probably have an extra leaf pack here, so that's why they come longer, in case you have the extra leaf pack. But in this case, I have a 2500, so we had extra slack on those bolts. We just trimmed them and cut them so that way they're not hanging over too far, make it look a little bit cleaner. And then the kit also comes with these little brackets for the rear resis, so it holds them in place like that, makes it look a little bit cleaner. But that's pretty much it. We can walk around the truck and do a full lift kit overview now. Rear is good to go. Blake does a good job of checking everything to make sure that once we do our first drive, nothing came loose, so he marks everything with a paint pen. And same thing up here, like we talked about, the drop brackets for the torsion keys and the bump stops and all that bolted in now. So you can come back to the back of the truck and see a little bit more about the dip. There's a bracket right behind here that you got to trim a little bit to clear this dip. And then this is all new. We have to trim this from the factory frame. Same with up here. You got to make some cuts, that way these bolts can clear. So it's a little bit of modification that has to be done, like I mentioned earlier. But skid plates, everything's on there good now. And that's pretty much it. Alright, I figured I'd show you guys this Can-Am that Blake just finished building. Pretty badass. It's a limited Defender HD. So it's got like all the HVAC and the seats. And then he lifted it, powder coated it, did wheels and tires obviously. It's on portal axles. It's pretty cool. So if you have any side-by-side stuff, he does all that as well. He'll do Razors, Can-Ams, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, whatever you got. So anything off-road pretty much, bring it over here to 30 Built LLC. He'll take care of you. Alright, so we got the spacers on the hubs. I just want to show you guys, I recommend these Shifted Industries spacers. I ran them on my F-250. They're hub-centric, so they're machined perfectly to fit around that hub. It's pretty nice quality, and you know, torque down all the bolts and whatever. Got it good to go. So that's pretty much where we're gonna wrap it up for today. We still got to mount and balance the new mud grapplers onto the new wheels. So I'll show that in the next video, but I just wanted to make a quick video today showing you guys like the underneath of the truck with the new lift kit while it was on the lift. So hope you guys were able to get a good perspective on what this kit requires to install. It's not very easy, and I didn't know that at the time when I bought it. So maybe this will help one of you guys decide if you wanted to do like a pretty advanced kit or if you want to do something a little bit more entry level. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll be worth it and hopefully it rides good. But definitely it's been a project all day working on the lift. So shout out to Blake and 30 Built LLC. I'm gonna leave his handle and stuff in the picture of the video here, and probably put description in the bio as well, so y'all can follow him on Instagram. But yeah, we'll get another video once we got the truck on the ground, when it's rolling on the wheels. Hopefully paint match will be done there too, and then we'll do like a final unveiling and review once the truck is all put together and finished. Probably follow me on Instagram too. I'll post some pictures there. Put my Instagram somewhere here. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed and got a little bit more knowledge about this Cognito lift, and I'll see you guys in the next video.